y'all want another video? Oh, y'all want another video?
Matty Rants.
Hey everybody, it's your boy Matty Rants,
It's your Marty 4.
and we're here to go. I don't see why we have to do this for some reason.
Every time.
Every time.
Every time.
Well, at least they know my cuticles
Well,
are right.
ooh.
Okay, so now that we've talked about ourselves, how about you tell us why you're here at this meeting? No, I'm just kidding. Episode 2, season 10 of RuPaul's Drag Race, everybody, is over. It was actually a pretty good episode. Untucked also brought us a little bit of something. It was more of a
yes.
crying game than
Much
it
to
was
talk
actually a shady game. But we have a lot that we need to get into here. So do us a favor. You know what buttons to hit. You know what links to touch.
They're all down there.
Don't be afraid to touch. I know you think I'm a good.
I thought you was about to do salons. Don't touch.
No, but we want them to
Like,
touch.
that's
Yeah,
why I was
don't
like,
be
wait.
afraid to touch.
That's what I was like, wait.
I want them to tap. I want them to go cluck, 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 cluck.
So you want them to touch you?
They can touch me. I'm single. So listen, everybody, we need to start with the first part of all of this, which is goodbye, so long, Edvitas and Farrell. Vanessa Vanjie Mateo is gone.
Vanjie.
Miss Vanjie. And then wait, Miss Vanjie. That will forever go
And
down.
RuPaul.
Oh, because Michelle, old shady self. You didn't hear her name? Miss Vanjie. Miss Vanjie.
You better stop. Good job. You see, that's you still shady.
Man, can you imagine if Vanessa had heard them like cackling at that?
That's because she was like, "What's her name again?" You didn't even remember.
Like, really
you just
rude.
said it. You literally just sent her home.
Is
It's like,
this proving the
what was
point
her
of the
name?
Queens make that RuPaul doesn't know the girls on the show?
I mean,
We'll
that's
find out.
apparent. She can't. If y'all listen to her podcast, she
It's
can't
a
remember
parent
nobody.
trap. Don't know my own. I have twin daughters. Not funny? It's funny.
No, because you didn't let me have my joke when I let it, so I'm not gonna let you have yours.
Well, you don't have jokes.
Yeah, I do. See, look, we tried it again.
That's the difference.
No, move forward with the episode.
You have buns. Okay. Well, no, not those.
It's
but
the
you
sin.
have...
It's sent from heaven. Shut up.
So listen. All right, so honey, let's just get into it. There was drama between Aquaria, the Vixen, and Miss Cracker. Miss Cracker was really on the sidelines while the Vixen was speaking for her in a sense. Now, I'm all good for someone whistleblowing, giving the yak, which is what she was doing. Because Aquaria was tiptoeing through the daisies, baby, and I really didn't appreciate that. For someone who's been about that life, and the girl likes to clap back and stuff like that on, social media, as we've seen. I was wondering where all that was, because in the Untucked, for the first episode, you were very quick to go, she stole my look, she's been stealing my look, I'm upset and angry. But then we get back there with all the girls present.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And Vixen's like,
yeah, she's like, well, it just seems a little similar, and I don't want to make that big of a deal out of it and everything, but it
too vague. Here's what happened.
No, and this is where no, and I was just like, oh my goodness, here we go.
We know these two heifers look alike. She had a problem with it. No, she had a problem with it. You didn't want to say it while we was on main stage, so we don't need to say it right now.
So Miss Cracker can't make any other facial expressions besides to be
The one that
sad. It's like, it's just, I'm not stealing your look. That's not my intention to steal your look. Like, that's the gist of what's going on here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's give it up for Aquaria for just a second for actually getting the Vixen right back on together. Girl, get your pop off, because you're not going to get that many. I said,
okay.
But the Vixen had her, girl, you're sad.
You said, why are you walking across the room?
Why you gotta leave,
You are
sis?
bothered.
I said, I guess we know who the drama queen is going to be and who's going to be starting the schnizzle.
She said it when she
The
walked in.
shabazzle.
I'm just here to fight.
I'm just here to fight, and she meant it. And then she had it on a piece of paper.
And look a mess.
I feel like she's a walking paintbrush that just, how it's been used before, but then it's like really dry
a few
afterwards. Yeah, and they need to get new brushes.
Or just like a worn Brillo pad.
If you're a fan of the Vixen, I'm not shading her too hard because she's interesting.
Listen.
But she's definitely giving me a forced bitch role.
She's
right
giving me
now.
a slow start, fashion-wise.
Her hairline, though, is quick to come into the fray. As we were talking
you
about
can see that
tonight.
from far away.
Baby.
That's not even something that you saw up close,
Okay.
like her wig last week. You couldn't tell it was fried and denied.
Yes, you could.
On the runway, not as much as you can see it on
That
top.
thing was moving at like 3 seconds behind the track, girl.
I didn't
boo.
see
Okay.
it as bad as Untucked.
Let's finish here because we can go on about it.
Okay, fine.
Now, Rupaul walks in with Andy Cohen, giving you short and tall, apparently. Well, I didn't know Andy was that short until he was sitting
RuPaul
right.
is a tree.
RuPaul's tall, but still, I think, I'm 5'10", and stuff. I'm looking at Andy like, Andy, are you low-key 5'7", 5'8"? But it was nice seeing Andy Cohen there, and if y'all watch What Happens Live, like I do after every Housewives episode, then you are very familiar with that 30 minutes of laughter and keys. So they come in and do this little hold-down gig, okay? And all the girls
Andy
do,
like you do Kennedy?
a quick 20-minute drag. You said what?
Are you gonna shade Andy like you do Kennedy?
Why?
You don't know Andy be giving you 2 different directions with his eyes?
I don't really notice that with him.
Oh, baby, watch the next reunion when the Atlanta Housewives come on. You'll see it.
Well, I guess you're the one giving that today. I guess that's you. You're the one.
I'm innocent. I'm the sweet
No,
baby
Britney
Jesus.
Spears, you're not innocent. Your knees don't move. Your body's not moving. It's not there anymore, girl. Hallelujah. No.
Now see, you just crossed over. Now you started to shade.
All right, so continuing on here. When you get this ring? All right, continuing on here, because I ain't never seen it. The Vixen was doing something. They were all kind of giving like cute little dances here and there. Blair had a whole man prop, which I thought was interesting. I was like,
can't do it on her own.
I said, now, did they all get that chance? Because if they did, why didn't we see that? That's not fair. Aquaria was dressed like she was going to be in Azalea Banks' new video, and like literally,
No,
could have been
because Azalea's
licorice.
actually giving titty.
Well, now she is. And,
All full of display.
basically, it was an interesting look. And Asia was kind of funny. She looked like a little hoedown Annie. You know what I'm saying?
Was giving it
that little leg that was rotating, child. I was dead.
I don't know how she did that in heels. Bravo.
Well, she's a pageant girl. She's professional. Now, Asia and the Vixen win. And a lot of people on my live Instagram were like, how did the Vixen win that?
I guess.
Maybe because she was,
It could have been between her or I guess Aquaria, who still almost fell again.
Oh my God! After that spin, but I gotta say this, y'all. Maybe that RuPaul song, the "Giddy Up, Swing the Horse Through," that is like my least favorite song that she's ever done ever.
It's the only song on that album I delete.
It's like do, and you go right on to the next one. Just give me something else, please, baby. Get me to American or something. But yeah, they go ahead and pick their teams with no surprise with Eureka being picked last, and we all know why Eureka. We all know why Eureka was picked last because that flippin' knee, that big old flippin' knee.
When did David just walk into the room?
I'm doing David right now. Hi. I have a character named David that I do that works in customer service for every store ever, and he's always the assistant manager, but not the manager, and the manager's name is Jane. And his name is David, and he talks like this. But yeah, Eureka's knee was definitely in full focus this whole episode. Let's just be real about it.
Episode.
Is it
And
okay?
Untucked.
Are you fine? Are you gonna make it?
I'm
Yes,
so
girl.
emotional.
I'm gonna make it.
I'm like,
It was a
okay.
lot. It was a lot, child.
They
but
drove that home. They didn't do that last week too.
not
as much, but
not as much. Now I'm gonna say this though. They're doing Pharmaceutical. The musical. And
PharmaRusical.
PharmaRusical? PharmaRusical. I thought it was Rue Pharmaceuticals. PharmaRusical.
You know they love to play on words.
Anything with Rue in it, baby. It's gonna work
She
out.
gonna force herself in there.
So the Vixen and Aquaria, I'm still stuck on the fight. Asia and the Vixen go off with their teams. Now the Vixen is assigning the roles. She said, "I think it's cute that y'all want to pick these roles."
They're like, "Oh, I think I would be good for such
I
and
was
such.
like,
I would work for such." She's like, "Girl, I'm the captain. I thought y'all was about to get."
She's like, "I trust my judgment," and honey,
I mean,
it came in. It came through. It certainly did. Gotta match how close Jamar's face is to this camera. So listen,
am I?
a little bit, but it's okay. I just am like, you know what me? I'm like, look at the camera. So listen, yeah, the Vixen was not about that life. Well, she was about that life, and then
She's always about
Asia was trying to get the groups together, get her group together, but Eureka was already, hey sis,
can we do like this?
how about that? Can we go there? Well, I think this would be a good idea. Y'all, tell me your opinion. Do you believe that Eureka inserted herself way too much with her opinion? when Asia was the team lead and Asia was trying to do everything specifically with the team versus Eureka always saying, well, this is a good idea, this is a good idea, this is a...
I think at first she had the right, because she was like, hey, Asia, would it be okay if we did X, Y, and Z? But then I think Asia kind of got annoyed. And then she got snappy, therefore Eureka got snappy, and so it just became...
It was the part with the, let the dancers do what the dancers do. Well, honey, I'm a dancer, and I'm like, Q season 9, episode 2. Kaboom. I got up, and my knee was bopped, and it's like, well, she's a seasoned dancer. So that was a lot in itself, and I was feeling Asia a little bit, but then at the same time, it was like she was being snappy, but she was trying to still be respectful. It was like, I'm not going to insult you, girl, but bring it in. We're trying to do this together.
We were talking about a pet peeve of me and Aquaria in the confessional talking all like this with her neck.
Oh, you mean the Rupaul by Trixie Mattel? As she tells everybody, like,
the most.
What I'm trying to tell you, kids, is that my neck muscles are strong. I am 21 years old. I have been in this.
I'm like, girl, calm down before you hurt yourself.
But she didn't do it as much later on in the episode when they had the confessional. She wasn't knocking her head as much. It was a little bit more there.
I didn't come here to make friends, bitch.
So I was like, okay, sis. Yeah, but Asia's team still had some choreography together while the Vixens team was just getting their looks together, which the editing was wonderful because they made it seem like the Vixens team was just going to be sheep.
Which it didn't. I mean, one just started the looks and the other one started a choreography. They had to do the same thing, but one just started one of the others.
And
so
of course, the Vixens team wasn't really filling the Vixens formula for success as they felt like, oh, we could be doing this, we could be doing that. All around the world, but it is what it is. Now, we were blessed with Alyssa Edwards being on this week's episode. Love you, Alyssa. Thank you. Alyssa was giving you Dance Moms teas. I need her on Dance Moms, like, right now. I need her to have her own show on Lifetime, like, yesterday. And she was getting the girls together.
In the best way.
And you know what I liked about her? Because Todrick does good. But with Alyssa, it's almost like I've been here before. And at the same time, the way I'm talking to you, I'm trying to get y'all to understand, like, you need to give us drag. And then Todrick sometimes is like, okay, you know, it's a little dry with it. But Alyssa was really like, one more time.
And pulling the best
3 more
out.
times.
Like, this is how you should do it.
Come on, let's go.
You got it. Yes.
Even
there
that moment
you go.
with Eureka, she was like, Eureka, but while everyone left, like, let's talk real quick, sis, because I want to make sure you're okay. Because they know each other. And, you know, it was good to see that Alyssa was giving you more than just, I'm going to be shady and nasty. It was, I really want these girls to do well. And this is also a gig, or wrong.
Okay, and I'm trying to get the coin.
Absolutely, baby. And it was worth all the money in the world. Now, Asia was doing really well during her choreography because I think, who was it? I think Aquaria went first. And it was like, it was a little crazy.
Aquaria was giving full-on Caucasian rhythm.
It was
Bless
a little
her
crazy.
Heart. She was...
I said, girl, why is she going so fast? And then Asia come out there and it was like set in
like,
stone.
Pop, pop, pop.
It was really good. And then, of course, you know, you see the other girls trying to move and their little wake and bake, you know, with their movements, child. You know, a little bit of summer madness.
But they were trying, though.
Yeah, they were trying. At least you're trying. That's the most important thing about all of this. You're trying. So... Then the Vixens team, the Vixens team came in, child.
And got red.
Child.
So Alyssa was like, so what have you prepared?
Nothing. We know you're a choreographer, so we figured you would do. I said, no, if I had been Alyssa, I would have said, well, I guess rehearsals are over. I'll see y'all later. Oh, I'd have been a bitch.
Y'all didn't come with nothing?
Listen, but I got to say that Blair St. Clair was the worry of all worries. Now, of course, the 13-year-old child doesn't really have all the skills as all the 30-year-olds and 20-something-year-olds on the team. But when I tell you, baby, in them kitten heels, you couldn't do a pirouette.
She gooped us.
You were wobbly in the leg. I didn't understand. I said, maybe she's nervous. And that's all that's going on.
She's a Broadway queen and can't do a spin.
She was flushing. It was all flushed.
Walking like a newborn giraffe.
I mean, just out the vagine, okay? Just like, get up, baby.
Like, girl, it's a spin. It's not even like a...
The lions are coming. You gotta start walking. It was that kind of tease. Like, I just gave birth, but I already had predators sitting in the back ready to eat you. It was that. But I was like, okay. And then we get back to the workroom, and Eureka starts to cry, and I should.
Oh, when Miss Cracker said, my job is normally as a comedian is to have words, and I have none.
And that was in reference to her own team, not Eureka.
Because, honey, It was bad.
The Vixens team didn't give us any hope. It really didn't. It was kind of like, well, we know who's going to be in the bottom. It was that kind of tease. Just a little bit. But back to Eureka on Asia's team. Basically, Eureka was just sitting over there like...
And we're just like, Eureka, what's wrong?
Oh my God. I said, oh my God. Okay, y'all, here we go. Let me bring this in. I get it. It's okay to cry. I'm never going to shame anybody for that. But sometimes I feel like...
It's attention seeking.
It is a little attention seeking, and it's also very, y'all feel for me right now. Like come over here and let me feel some kind of way type of tease. And that happened in Untucked. And she got mad about it when nobody wanted to pat her in the back further.
Since yesterday.
I mean, since the beginning of time.
Alyssa helped you. We all covered you. You want us to cover you again.
And y'all, we like a Eureka. We do. But
don't milk it too hard, sis, because then it's going to...
Don't milk it too hard, or else you're going to be like somebody named Milk in the background. I don't understand. And I'm not for that.
Oh, gosh.
So... The girls are getting their makeup done. Everything else is blah, 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 blah after that. A couple of things of shade were thrown here and there. We get to learn a few things about the girls, et cetera, et cetera. But let's just go ahead and get to the rusical, tusical, as you want to say, whatever you want to call it. Let's just go ahead and get to it. Now, okay, Asia's teams goes first. Now, I don't know about y'all, but it was cool. It was good, but there was a couple of moments here and there where I was like, no.
I don't remember much from it.
I actually enjoyed Monique's performance, which I was stunned. I was stunned that she was given bad critiques on the runway about it. I was like, girl, she kind of had most of the number. How did you not remember her? She was there most of the time. Eureka was horrible.
Whoo, she pulled a Katya in season 7, episode 2.
Eureka was horrible.
Pink watermelon, apples.
I said, come on, Flats, you better be sliding across this stage.
No. I want to say they did that maybe to tailor her, to her knee possibly being injured again. I don't know. I still can't give her I can't throw her a bone. Eureka, it was horrible.
Calorie was behind, maybe a step behind on most stuff. She still was present. So when they said she was forgettable, I was kind of like, I didn't forget her. I still saw her on the stage.
They didn't show her much, honestly. Yeah. That's why I thought she was going to be safe.
Asia was really good. But Dusty was a standout. Dusty, you showed us Broadway, sis. Oh, yes. I was talking about you last week, girl. But I lived. I was like, she probably would have won that.
She probably would have.
Let me get to that runway a little bit later. Because that
wig
was everything. The wig was everything. We get to the Vixens team. Now, we're all ready for them to fail. Be real, everyone. Were y'all ready for them to fail?
They were already failing. Y'all all been reading Cameron from last week.
Because Cameron hasn't really given us much yet.
Until this point.
Yeah, and honestly, in Untucked, I was really happy that she spoke up more. She had 3 sentences, and I was pleased.
She had more than 3 sentences. They gave her a paragraph. They gave her many close-ups, and she had a full monologue.
And her hairline was right.
Unlike somebody else.
And we'll get to all 3 of them. We'll get to all 3 of them.
Woo!
Yuck. Okay. So the Vixens team actually did really flipping well. And the
Shout out to Monet Exchange.
Yes, the Vixen was actually going in. She was giving you character. She was hitting her marks. Monet Exchange,
hilarious.
You were working it.
She was, and she had that whole little, the fast part that they say at the end of the commercials down.
She had it perfectly. Miss Cracker was working it out too. The whole team in itself was actually just giving it a lot. Even Blair, while they didn't let her, she didn't do no pirouettes. She didn't do anything
you know what, we're just
wrong.
going to cancel that whole thing out.
She did a lot of, she was very good as the fairy godmother with the whole tip and the tap and the whoop to whoop. It was great. It was really good. I was more entertained.
Kudos.
For them than I was the other group. The other group was great, but that one was good. And again, I'm loving that these musical numbers have all been so much better starting from season 7 with the Glamazonian Air Raids, because that one was kind of like...
You didn't like the musical with season 6?
I like that one. I was saying from season 7 when it was like, no. And how it went out.
Glamazonian Airways?
I didn't really care for Glamazonian Air Raids. No, I didn't.
I love Bitch Perfect, though.
Yeah, Bitch Perfect was
good.
Everything. That was everything. Mm-hmm. And I didn't really care for the Kardashian musical either. That was kind of lame.
I like Glamazonian better than the Kardashian nonsense. But...
I like the second part of Glamazonian Airways versus the first part of it.
Oh, yeah, because that had like Kennedy and Jasmine
and they were doing really good, and yeah, that was a good team. And then Kasha Davis was like doing the scat. I was like, look at Alexis Michelle in a whole nother season that she wasn't even on yet. I still bring her up. I still have her.
She's always here with us.
We skinned her. No, I'm just kidding. Whoa.
She did go home. That episode.
But yeah, Asia's team did pretty good besides Eureka, and then the Vixens team did well all around. Blair was a little, light, and then who missed it? Cameron was off by one step at one time.
Very minute.
You would have to
she did well.
Yeah,
she did her work.
We were staring. We were kind of staring. We were like, oh yeah, she's off.
We were waiting for her to mess up because we were reading her, but she did really well. She knew all her words.
And we like Cameron Michaels' butch body built self. Honey, let me tell you something. Because when she wore that outfit during the number, I was like, she don't have to contour for nothing.
She really don't.
That chest was sitting.
Her cheeks are already sunken in.
I was like, Jesus. I'm talking about the titty contour.
Oh,
like, she sat down and them pecs were pushed together, and I was like, have mercy. Oh. All right. So let's get to the runway. Very best drag. I said already.
Some of you didn't understand the assignment.
I was like, so jumpsuits are like the very best in drag now?
Some of you did not understand the assignment by Sasha Bell.
Okay, we're going to start with Asia O'Hara. Classic beauty. Miss Thing gave you... That was pageant.
It was pageant.
That hair. Oh, the makeup.
The stones.
Oh. It was right.
And she has something down that a lot of black queens don't have, and that's matching your tights with your skin. Because a lot of people be looking real gray down there. Some of y'all I seen on Instagram, I call y'all out.
They're light skinned downstairs and they're dark skinned upstairs.
Be like,
so she knew which ones to buy, and she's a professional. And I live for Miss Asia O'Hara. Go on, sis. You are Hamasaki.
Boot. No, ma'am.
So let's talk about something, because the tights. No.
I feel like those would work well with a different look.
Yeah, completely different look. Maybe like something with a flared skirt. I don't know.
Yeah, something with more drama at the top.
Yeah, I didn't like the shoes. I didn't like the tights. The hair was an interesting choice specifically. I was like, so she wears afros. An Unc? She didn't even know what that was.
And an afro. And she couldn't identify the black people.
Okay.
All right. But still,
no reach. Nobody's
no reach.
No one's reaching here. I'm just saying, it was like, should have been different hair. If you're going to do that bodysuit, it should have been done with different tights and a different shoe, and then I would have been okay. But it was okay. Jamar saying a boot. I think it was okay. It wasn't like horrible. It was just okay. Like, not the best. I know you could do better than that. The look you even made last week was like sickening compared to that. But yeah, no, it's okay. No. Now, Dusty.
Okay, Miss Dust.
So, hold on. Layla McQueen, if you're going to do Beetlejuice, he didn't show up. Okay. If you're going to do that, that's how you do it.
But you know what? Layla on her Instagram said that she was on All Stars. She redid her Beetlejuice look, and it was sick.
I bet it was, but we didn't see it. So with that being said,
if you want to see it, those of you who have seen it, it's there for you to see.
Blah, 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 blah.
Are you the adults on the Charlie Brown show?
I appreciate you giving her some love, and I love her too. But this is Dusty's moment, not Layla's.
You brought Layla up.
I did, and I let her go, but she wanted to continue for another minute. So what I'll say, you were gonna let her have nothing. No cheeseburger, no steak, no hams, no eggs, nothing. Dusty did that.
She blessed off. But yeah, she looks sick, man.
I almost slapped you. I bet there would have been something that came back. Hold on. And it wouldn't have been in writing. So listen.
She looked sick, man.
Dusty, that wig was fucking phenomenal.
Head to toe, everything.
That wig was everything. Oh, that wig. I was like...
It fit her face, just formed it, just so right.
It had all the stonings on it, child. The shoes looked good. The tights was right. See, now that's how you do some tights with some holes in it, and it looked like, cute and stuff. It was not all over the dang place. So I lived. I lived for a Dusty Ray Bottoms. I was talking about you last week. I'm living for you this week.
And she did give her little dots, not as much.
She gave you all around here, and it was cute. I kind of want her just to do her own dot thing, though, because I really don't feel like Michelle should have any kind of input in that, knowing that her chest is out every flipping episode, and they're not as high as they used to be.
Ooh, you saying she got droopy titty.
I didn't say she had. I said she does. Okay, so listen. Monique Hart. Oh, my God. Okay, Monique, you know I love you, girl. So listen. All right. The fact that you gave me a Cookie Monster tease and then said, no, Miss Thing, I have a whole nother look underneath this one, and then dropped it and then gave you shabam, shaboom, shabang. I loved
it.
It was
great. I love the little eye, the little googly eyes.
Ooh, it was great. It was great. And honestly, I live for her makeup too. I'm living for it.
Oh, yeah, the little teardrops.
It's like you get to see her eyes, and that's what the best part is about it. Some of these girls put on so many lashes and so much stuff to where their face just looks like, Janice from the Muppets. Like, wow, totally this and that, all that. But she doesn't
just
do
call
that.
Roxy Andrews out by name, dang.
No, because I wasn't talking about it. I think that was you who wanted to.
I
Are you doing it now? I believe this is your turn to be the whirly bird.
I said what I said.
Okay, so listen. Eureka comes out. Then Aquaria comes out.
Ooh. Wait, you forgot about Calorie.
I did? Did I write her down?
Calorie came after Monique.
Oh, well, I guess that's two I kind of left out. What did you say Calorie looked like again?
Girl, Calorie was giving you Jocelyn Hernandez, Love and Hip Hop finale season 3.
She gave us a Mona Scott Young production is what she gave us, child.
From head to toe, from the wig
she
to
gave
the
you, I'm about to fight her. Sit your butt down and tell us why you sucked so much penis on the episode last week. That's what it was given.
Oh my.
I was like,
But it was better than last week.
It was, not only was it better than last week, it was better than her entrance look too. So I'll give it that. I will give it that.
Anything would be better than her entrance.
I like her makeup though.
Yeah, her makeup
I do like her makeup. Her
great,
makeup's
but it's
good.
just the neck down that we have a problem with.
It's all right. I was like, why are we seeing this again? But back to Eureka.
Yeah.
And then to Aquaria.
Oh.
Eureka, I love you, child. You put me in your
very best drag.
You put me in your titty when you were at what was it?
South
Beach in Houston, and I appreciate the love, Mama. You were great then. What was that, girl?
That was not your very best drag, baby.
So you rubbing your body and changing colors makes it like the ish.
It was
I needed a gown.
Back to school special.
I needed you to do a gown, girl.
No, I would even taken the hair loaf. I really would have.
Oh no, I couldn't.
I would have.
The wig didn't go with the outfit at all, but I would not have done another piece of bread on her top of her head. I wouldn't have been able to do it.
Girl, she could have taken her promo look and been.
She could have wore that bug look that she wore to her Meet the Queens with Sasha Velour. And how do you feel?
I'm not going to talk about Sasha. I'm not going to do it.
You're not going to talk about her.
I'm not going to do it. And her lack of interview skills, I'm not going to do it.
What do you mean lack of interview skills?
She kept saying one last question 3 times.
And one last question.
And one last question. We have one more question.
I said, so that's what Xanax looks like. Okay.
Sasha, we love you, but... No.
I love you too, Sasha. I love you too, girl. But I mean, when I say subdued fish, I mean subdued. The rent was due fish. Like, there you go.
Okay.
So off of Eureka.
Aquaria.
All right, here we go. Oh, okay.
We have thoughts and feelings.
Cue the fans. All right, they're all like this.
They're preparing the dislike button. Preparing that dislike button.
Here's the scoop, children. Because I know most of you are children that like Aquaria. Let's be real about it.
Because she's halfway,
an adolescent. Blair's older than her. Ain't that some tea? Blair is older than her.
By a whole year.
Girl. Okay, so listen. It was great in certain points and places, and it was high fashion down boots.
From the navel down.
I do not care for the flattest of flat chests ever.
And it was so bright you couldn't even see
her nipples.
It was
her nipples were retracting into her body.
So flat.
It was like not even the size of the penny.
I'm like,
I have a prop. Can you believe it?
Contour something. Give a half of an illusion, baby.
You know how Pearl used to do it a little bit, where it was like some kind of something.
Sometime. Now that one time she did it, it looked like a mess. But
which time was that?
When they did the Despy Awards and she was up there, and That was the only time it looked bad.
Dead.
But-
I'm so mad you brought that back up. Okay.
That was the only time. But yeah,
No,
give
she
us
looked great when
something.
she was doing the Jet Set one too. When she had a contour with that look, that was sickening.
Then it was
Okay,
good.
but not to compare you to Pearl.
Who got her teeth done?
Pearl.
But
Oh, you feeling it now? Oh, so these are the jokes. Okay.
her teeth, they look good.
So do Jigglies.
Yes.
So do Nini's. Lies. All right, so listen. An apple through a picket fence. Chop. So listen. I still lived for the nose rings that were just this gigantic
that was the best part.
bit.
That was my favorite part.
You had the spikes on the green sides going up. No one's done that before. That was sick. It gave me like almost like the ska punk band type of feel with it. And I really appreciated that and liked that from you, Aquaria. So I'm not gonna, it's not a boot by any means
Just
necessary.
give a little titty.
I
That's all I want is a little titty.
And if that's what you're gonna give us the whole season, I rather it be like a cover and just a flat
Something, 'cause
chest.
not just
Because that
bird.
was it was distracting for me. But if that's your look, go for it.
It's worked.
Absolutely. They loved it to a certain extent, but it was just a little
Flat. But okay.
nipples.
Miss
The trend nipples. Ooh. So the vixen walks out.
looking like Azula from Avatar. She looked like she came right out of the Fire Nation. She did.
Someone cue the whole intro for the season.
Water, fire, earth.
Water. Okay, and then all of a sudden Beyonce, that video, standing on the side.
I did see that.
That was
I was
great.
like, oh my God.
That was great.
The internet.
So the
Okay.
thing about Aquaria is the dress was great, the makeup was good, but girl, what was happening here?
I don't know, that was contour.
It was like,
I don't know if
everybody
it was-
look at my
And then she had
eye.
it like the wig parted, so yes, look at my edges. Look at the lack thereof of my edges.
Not even lack their, they just were the wrong edges to have with that wig.
You should have blended. You should have did what? Well, we haven't talked about her yet, but blend your blush into your hairline so it,
It
looks
was like
seamless, girl.
the edges were cliff diving. It was bad.
They were
it
trying to
was
jump ship.
bad. It was bad. It was. I don't want to live anymore.
That's the only thing about the outfit that really was just taking it down.
But it was
Everything
cute.
else was.
Oh, and that walk-in was good. She didn't
said-
stop one moment. It was
she
like,
just
I'm
went,
just gonna
"Whoop."
walk, vroom, and I said, all right, that's when you know you
I
can
wonder if
walk
she's
in
gonna
some
give us
heels,
a different
baby.
walk every week. 'Cause she
I
gave
hope
us-
so. She gave us bouncy last week, and this one
Right.
was real model fist, you know, all that type of tease.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, okay, now Miss Cracker, I want to thank you so much for giving us a Flash Gordon Metropolis tease. It was everything.
That gold material, the gold nails.
It
like,
was good for the boot, and no one can say you stole their face. No one could say that, or the look, because that was right.
It was great. It was classic crack.
I said she came in with a good old grapefruit pomegranate tease on top. She went from a circle to a square, baby. Not even a square, just a good old, square, circle to square. Ah, she's about shapes. Shapes.
Or just food, because first she had a pomegranate, now she has crack.
Ah.
What will be the next
Oh.
food item on her head?
Fruit, crackers, we're up next is vegetables. Broccoli is next. We love you, Miss Cracker. That was everything.
Yes, God.
Mayhem Miller,
Classic drag. Hair.
you better
boa,
come on through, Cabby.
gown.
You better come on through, Mayhem Miller. Let me tell you something about that beat. It's everything. I really hated how people said that she looked like Kennedy, because Kennedy and her look like two different
They look
people.
totally different.
And that I think
What?
was that was garbage that people made that comparison. But no, Mayhem's face is sickening. The wigs are right. They look expensive. They don't look cheap. The dress looked good. The tool was.
And you couldn't see until Untucked, but she had them holographic heels.
Oh,
She
them
took
heels
the-
were
Woo!
right. Oh, them heels was lethal. Injection. I loved it. Blair St. Clair. So that dress was cute,
Her face was beat.
but your face was
Beat.
boot. It was boot. It was beat. It was that. Like honk the horn, girl. Move out of my way. You're fucking up my drive to work. It was good. It was good.
You said she's putting somebody out of business, girl.
Oh, Miss Thing. Okay, so let's be real. Let's be real. Now, you all know Pheromone was the highlighter queen, and she was the girl giving you nothing but sissy tease, honey. She was the lady in the tramp downstairs, honey. She knocks on the door at night, and she gets her money all right. But Blair is giving her a run for her money. Maybe
With
because she looks younger, but her face, because she looks like a 12-year-old child, it really looks good. It just looks so good. I don't see her aging until, well, it depends if she does drugs, but she seems like a clean girl.
Oh no.
She seems like a clean girl.
Oh my God.
Cue the comment from somebody that knows her. Bitch, she's a powder girl. No, just playing. I'm playing. But she looked really amazing. She did. She looked very good.
Did Ross Matthews say the bottom of her dress looks like a gay Sasquatch? I'm like, what?
Ross Matthews.
Oh.
The gay Sasquatch.
Okay.
I need you to stop. So Cameron Michaels was after her. That butterfly look was everything. It was good.
It was good. Even the makeup. Yes, God.
Yes, ma'am.
You said she was a bug grass Pokemon?
I said she's a bug grass Pokemon. First she was grass last week. Now she's bug this week. I said, come on, Butterfree and Bellossom all put together. Yes, ma'am. She better be a fusion. Come on, fusion teas.
But she look good.
She did. Mega Evolution. I was living for it. Mm-hmm. Then Monet Exchange came out.
Bedazzled and glittery.
It was nice. It was beautiful.
However,
we wanted one more thing.
Just one.
Just one more thing. A belt.
A big
earring.
earring.
A belt like to cinch that sucker in.
Something in the midsection so it doesn't look like it just runs on forever.
I enjoyed the wig. I enjoyed the makeup.
Yes.
For those who say she looks like Bob, I'm like, I don't see it.
She
really
sounds
don't see it.
like
she
Bob.
sounds like Bob, but she's not. They're two different people. Mm-hmm. Like, she looked good, but I wanted something in the middle of that sandwich, I got bread and mayonnaise. I didn't get the bacon with the L and the T. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
That's the runway.
Here's where the judging goes. So,
South.
it says the Vixens team versus Asia's team. Everybody was assuming Asia's team won. No, baby, the Vixens team won. And who was the winner from the Vixens team? Monet Exchange. The Vixen.
The Vixen. I'm like, thinking emoji.
No, that whole meme where there's all the fractions and
it's like
and the close-up shots of people. It was kind of like, what?
Have you seen that new one where it's like me trying to look at something and you got the lady looking like
They do that for everything now. I'm like, child, where y'all get these pictures from? I'm telling you.
Random. Okay.
It was a little bit of that. I was confused, and I also thought to myself, this is going to give her the biggest head ever. I mean, it's already big, but it's going to give her the biggest head ever.
I'm like, girl,
I didn't understand. Nothing against you, Vixen girl, because you worked out.
captain?
You did work it out. But I thought that some
Monet.
people on your team, Monet in particular,
Monet.
were a little bit more crisp. Even Mayhem's part.
Yeah.
Mayhem's part was good too. Oh, she was working it towards the end, baby. So yeah, it was a little strange for me, but yeah.
Okay. But what was even more strange was the bottom.
Now, here's the bottom three. Let's be real about it. And I'm a little bit perturbed, and I may utilize this moment in my Instagram video. Calorie, okay. Eureka,
Yes, absolutely.
okay. Monique, Hart. We didn't see, you weren't memorable enough. I didn't see, you flipped some of your words. I didn't notice it.
We didn't
I
see
didn't notice
it.
it, to be honest. I don't know if it's because I was enamored so much, because I thought her drag was great, but
I just felt like they were reaching,
I think it was that
reaching
bad.
for the stars.
And I hope we're not going to get that from Monique this whole season of her being like, you're almost there. But I'm like, but she was great. Like, are you missing
she was
that?
robbed last week from her runway. She's been robbed this week from her performance and her runway.
I didn't understand what Padma was talking about with the whole, I feel like you gave us like the set, but you didn't give us like the show. I was like, what are you talking about?
I'm confused and kerfuffled.
I said, Miss Thing, pack your knives and go. This is not Top Chef, okay? Yeah, it was interesting, but lo and behold,
we knew
it was going to be Calorie and Eureka.
No way they were going to put Monique in the bottom for that. I wish they would.
Yeah, baby, we would have been spooked. Now, when Monique had to stop back there and give herself a moment, because it was like, she was hurt.
Because they're like, what am I doing here in the bottom?
Oh my God, I couldn't believe it. I was so confused by that. It was like, ooh, girl, take your breath. Go back there, honey. Bring it in. Bring it.
You did not deserve to be there in the first place.
Bring it.
That
next
was
episode, sis, because we're rooting for you.
Undeniable. You did it last week, but you know.
Now, we got a good lip sync song, everybody. And you know why I like it so much? Because I've heard it in like almost every movie. Like, it was in Boogie Nights, like the whole pool party scene. Da-da, da-da. Actually, I don't know that. No, that wasn't the pool party scene. That was like the beginning of the movie, if I'm correct, when they're walking in. Yeah. That was the beginning of the movie. I'm sorry.
This is on the family reunion soundtrack. Just
Oh,
every family barbecue
you got the
some
best
of this
of my love
playing in the background.
You got the best of my love. Now, Calorie, eyes were closed the entire time because
Bless you.
And that wasn't because she was trying to close her eyes. It's that thing that people do when they squint when they're trying to show emotion, but because her lashes are so long, it just gives you this.
And her crease was so big, it still looked like her eyes were open.
So I could see where she was trying to evoke the emotion, but it wasn't there. But
Miss
Eureka's castle.
She started off at the back of the stage and was like, I'm going to wear this out
Eureka.
from Ruta to the Tuta.
And I just told Jamar this, so I'm glad he brought it up. If the girl goes to the back of the stage, get
Watch
ready.
out.
Did you forget who Alyssa Edwards is and how every time she stepped her butt to the back of the stage and then came right on up from the front? It's a thing. It's called utilizing your entire stage. Utilize the whole stage. You're not just sitting in the front here. You're not Latrice Royale. You can't just stand there.
This is a song where you can use the whole stage.
Yes, this is, I need you to feel something. And Eureka gave me Southern drag down, baby. She was, ow! And I said at the end of it, she was sweating bullets, girl.
Baby,
but it was it. I was like, now look at all that wet drip. I was like, come on, summer sausage. You go on, baby. That's it. If they said Calorie's name, I would have gagged.
No way.
So when they said Eureka,
no way.
You, Shantae, you stay. And Eureka's like, I'm sorry, girl. I was like, stop crying. God bless America. Get to the back of the stage. Pull it together next week. We're rooting for you, sis. You're a little loud, but that's okay. That's your character. Work on it. And Calorie was... I was like, ooh, this is bad. This is bad, girl. I know she really wanted it. All the girls want it. All of them want it. But I felt that hurt, almost like she was a failure. And Calorie, I'm going to go ahead and say this because someone's already typed before they heard me say this. You're not a failure, okay? You made it on the show. You're the only person from New Mexico to get on, girl. You didn't go home first.
Okay.
Okay, so you have a good amount of time that was on there. You got to speak your piece a couple of times. I'm sure they'll bring you back for something. If not something, we'll catch you at the reunion. You'll be fine. You will be just fine, sis. And like I'm going to say to Jamar and anybody else that hears me now, because I was talking about this on my live, the thing about it with drag is that you need to focus on your brand after you're eliminated and start to get your bookings.
That's when the real
and start to show the kids who you are as a person. You're nice, you're sweet, you're fun, all that type of stuff, and give them a show, give them life, and continue to work. You need to continue to work, okay? Continue to work and get bookings and get yourself together.
Somebody's typing, what at this time step? What is everybody talking about?
Anywho, continue to work, continue to get your stuff. You'll be just fine, baby. And hey,
we
went hard on you, but all in fair, just being fair about it, you're still an excellent drag queen, and no one is taking for that. It's not a Kennedy, fuck my drag, right? No, you did good, sis. You did good.
Now go out there and let the other world know.
Now on to Untucked,
David.
It wasn't that deep for me to be personally honest with you. The Vixen was a lot of like that. It was just.
I'm just like, oh girl.
I was like, someone needs to do a video where they show her head getting bigger as she continues to talk.
Now when they show the sneak peek, she's gonna walk in.
I did that. Okay, listen. I'll tell you this: the Vixen is entertainment, but I also feel like she is giving you this character of I'm gonna be that bitch, and it's not cute right now.
It's gonna get old very fast.
It's already old. It is in retirement home.
I was like,
okay,
all right.
It's just
You're doing a lot, girl. It's the very beginning. You're doing a lot.
Like, calm down, because you can't be this hard in the paint and then go home like fifth. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. Don't be that girl. So it was kind of hard for me. But when the other team came in, and I loved how in Untucked they didn't give the other girls not 4 minutes before the rest of them came back. In reality, it was probably an hour or two. Yeah. But when they came back, Asia was not happy.
As soon as they were announced as the other team was the winner, she was
She said, I feel like we had harder choreography than y'all. And it was like, well. Now, I love how the vixen loves to, wait. No, wait. It's like, okay, girl.
Hold on.
You just had an hour back here. You should be fine. You don't need to run it. Let her speak. Asia was calm.
Can I finish?
Can I finish?
I would
Can I finish,
love to
please?
finish.
I love to finish. Just let me finish. Let me say
And
what I
I'll
have
let
to
you
say.
talk. Just let me get my
Just let me
piece.
get it out. Let me get it out. And Asia got it out, and she said it in a more, less aggressive way, but it was still what it was. But let's be real. This Untucked was the crying game. Baby.
It was RuPaul Fix My Life. Like,
the shade was, well, we know who's lip syncing. Because
Okay.
I caught it. I said, now, ain't that some shade?
but
That is some
Asia had to get up.
shade.
She was like, look, I was the captain. I very well might be lip syncing too.
And
so.
then here come Eureka flat-footed and all penguined out.
Like,
I was
I know I'm going to be in the
let's
bottom.
be real about it. I'm going in the bottom, and none of the girls want to hear me. They don't want to hear me. And then here comes Calorie. Oh, now Calorie, if that wasn't the biggest reach
She's
ever.
like, well, I guess nobody wants. I'm going to be in the bottom. Nobody asking me how
No
I
one's
feel.
talking to me,
I'm like,
so I guess that's where I'm going to be at, like as if they've already played your swan song. And then she starts to... And I was just like,
I just
oh
want
my
to represent
God.
for New Mexico, and I just don't want to let them
New
down.
Mexico's already happy for you. I'm sure. If
You're
were
on the
full-
show,
I mean, what do you
baby.
think of the people thinking of Blair St. Clair? Like, Indianapolis, what's up? Like, Indiana, what's going on? Come on now. Come on, baby. Like,
It's all right, okay? It's
But
all
when
right.
Calorie was getting her moment, you caught how Eureka had ran to the back
She's
by
like, oh,
herself. Girl, Mayhem got up quick, honey. She was like, oh, hold on. Let me go chase after this girl.
Mm-hmm.
And Eureka had her private moment, to which then Calorie jumps in on the private moment
She's
again.
like, oh, you thought she was going to snatch out the
I
camera
totally
time?
hate that. Then the vixen then follows, and I'm like,
Where did she
girl,
come
I
from?
know you're not coming over here. I know you're not trying to be the one.
Where did the vixen come from? Because I swear she just popped
From the
up.
pits of
I
hell,
was
like her dress.
Where did she come from?
I was over it. It was the crying game. And then the girls came back. But Monique Hart spoke some truth.
Okay, let's talk about this.
And
Because, yes.
oh, you want me to? I was about. Okay. You want to go first, or you gonna go first? How do you want to do it?
You go first.
Okay. All right. Monique, when I tell you thank you, first and foremost, for addressing the issue between African-American families and the heteronormatives with the homosexual lifestyle, it is a whole nother world for a lot of us as Black gay men in Black families to deal with stuff like that. And a lot of you are like, Matthew's Black. You keep doing it every time. Whatever, I am. I'm sorry to shake your bones. But, it's hard because it's so dangerous. It is like the worst thing that could ever happen in a Black family is one of your sons becomes a gay man. And I'll also say for the women to be lesbians too, but on a male perspective, it's not on the same level, in my opinion. It's not on the same level. I've almost been killed by my family members before. I have been talked about. I have been dragged through the mud. They still don't respect me. They still don't. They still will never respect me for who I am because of the decision I made to be gay and all that type of stuff.
Girl, we won't even go.
So when you were bringing up your mother and how she's going to feel about this, and I was in this group and some queen was like, oh, girl, they're setting her up for a phone call. And I was like, and what if they are?
They should.
What if they are? You mad? Like, get out of here with that.
I'm sick of her. I'm like, she did this once.
It's like,
episode 2.
Think about it, though. Like, it's deep. Your mom, just like Jaden Dewar Fierce, just like those moments when they're like, my mom's going to see this. How are they going to accept me for this? I have to go back to that. You know what I'm saying? I've been trying to rebuild this relationship. It's a lot in the African-American community. It's a lot to deal with.
And like she said, she didn't go without speaking to her mom for about 4 years. And Black men are looked at as these powerful beings. Like, they're supposed to be these big, macho,
hyper-masculinity.
men. Yes, exactly. So if you show any signs of femininity, it's looked down upon, especially in, families that go with the Black church, the Christianity. They're going to look at it as like, oh, you're being, dishonor to, our Lord and Savior, and you're just not.
You're bringing the family name down. You're making us look bad. Like,
and it's just like, you just want to be yourself. You want to be able to do what you love, but you have this family that you love and respect because she says she loves her mother so much. She means so much to her. She wants to make her proud. But because of who she is, she feels like she can't, and that's the struggle. And it's very sad to see. So our heart goes out to Miss Monique Hart.
Absolutely. And sister, It touched me and Jamar. We were both like,
Because we know.
Ooh, we know, girl.
No.
Baby, I've almost been drowned in a pool before.
Okay.
Over something like that. Like trying to kill me because they were like, you will not be gay. You will not be who you want to be. I'm dead honest, y'all.
For people who just want to be themselves.
Ooh. So it's deep. And so for those who may have thought that was like some moment of reach, it's not. It's a true reality.
That's a true.
Here's what the really killer part was. The person who talked bad about it was black. They also were a Super Trixie fan too.
Oh, well.
I hope you're watching this video, by the way.
Problem solved.
I'm not a fan, by the way.
We know that explains
and
everything.
I don't care. But, because he's always interjecting himself. Anywho, get off of that. So, yeah.
Great episode.
Great episode. Good Untucked. Good moment. Calorie cried all the way out the door. She cried. She did. I mean, at first I was like, oh, I hope she doesn't pass out. And then she got backstage and it was like, I'm really happy to be here. I was like, bring it in, girl. You're going to be okay. You're going to be just fine. But y'all, tell us what you thought of tonight's episode and what you thought of Untucked. Did you agree with the winner? Did you agree with the winning team? What did you think of the whole musical aspect? How did you feel about Andy Cohen showing up and giving us 5 minutes of pleasure, I guess? And also the hoedown in itself. What did you think of the drama that took place at the beginning? How about the drama in the middle and the end? Where do you stand? Whose team are you on? Who are you rooting for?
Now that Calorie's gone, I wonder who's going to go home next. Because it was almost like, okay, she's on her way out. But now...
Everyone's pretty good. Everyone's pretty good. Yes.
Yeah.
Keep it there. Everyone's pretty good.
Everybody has shown growth and possibilities.
There's just a few out there who are giving us the maybe more than the other ones. But there's more yeses than there are maybes.
So we'll see. That's the fun.
Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it, kids. On to record for the Mat&Mar Show. See you next week.
Bye.